Lagos Talks
91.3.
News.
President Muhammadu Buhari and the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, will be guests to the Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike on November 18 and 16, 2022, respectively, to inaugurate projects in Rivers State. The State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Chris Fineborn, had last week announced a fresh round of commissioning beginning from Monday, November 14, 2022, by the Emir of Kano, Aminu Bayero. Similarly, the former governor of Edo State and erstwhile national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Adams Oshiomhole, has also been scheduled to inaugurate the Rumi-Pirikon flyover on November 15, 2022. President Buhari, who will be represented, is billed to inaugurate the Nabo Graham Douglas campus of the Nigerian Law School in Obiakwa local government area on November 18. President Buhari has presented proposed budgets of the Federal Capital Territory and the Niger Delta Development Commission to the House of Representatives for consideration and approval. The Speaker of the House, Femi Gbajabiamila, read the communications from the President to members at the plenary on Monday. The NDDC's 2021 and 2022, alongside the FCT's 2022 budgets, are getting to the Federal Parliament 2 months to the end of the year. They were transmitted at a time when the House Committee on Public Accounts has commenced investigation of no fewer than 63 institutions of the federal government for implementing illegal budgets. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has called for adequate funding of residency training to reduce brain drain in the health sector. President of the association, Emeka Orji, made the call following a courtesy visit to Femi Gbajabiamila alongside members of the NARD executives. Dr. Orji had noted that there is need for appropriate budgeting and funding for the health sector to ease provision of equipment and hospital consumables as well as workers' welfare. Meanwhile, the Minister of Health, Dr. Osage Hanire, says he wants the present administration to be remembered for expanding the healthcare delivery net to cover more Nigerians and achieve universal health coverage, UHC. Hanire said that he was not sure if presently up to 50% of Nigeria's population was covered, so expanding coverage would really be a plus for the present administration.
Universal health coverage means you extend it as available to more people, that there are no people who are forgotten because they live in the village. So the healthcare service should reach everywhere and the quality should continue to improve for Nigerians to have more confidence in our own health system, that the doctors are also proud of working in our country and they don't think that you have to go abroad by all means to be happy. Once they're able to get that right, I think that's what the administration itself wants to be recognized for. The president himself, who has made election promises to the people, they will also be happy with what he has been able to deliver under his own regime, because what we are doing here, we are doing for him and in his name, because he is the one taking responsibility.
The Defense Headquarters on Monday published details of 19 wanted terrorists with a 5 million naira reward for any person who brings information leading to the arrest of any of the insurgents. The statement declared the 19 terrorist commanders have been wreaking havoc in northeast, northwest and north central zones of the country. In a statement, the Director of Defense Information, Major General Jimmy Akwa, said Nigerians should contact the military on 091-359-04467 with relevant information that can lead to their capture. Those declared wanted include Sani Dangote from Dumbarum village, Zomi local government area of Zamfara State, Bello Taji, Fakai village from Zamfara State as well, Leko Katsina State, Dogo Nahali from Kankara local government area, Katsina State, Halilu Sububu from Maradu local government area in Zamfara State, and Nagona from Angwan Galadima of Sokoto State, amongst others. The Federal High Court in Abuja has adjourned indefinitely the trial of the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, in the terrorism charges brought against him by the federal government. Justice Bita Inyako put off the trial indefinitely at the instance of Kanu pending the resolution of the federal government's appeal against the October 13 judgment of the Court of Appeal, which discharged Kanu from the terrorism charges. Two other cases built for hearing before the court were also put off indefinitely for the same reason. Meanwhile, Kanu refused to appear before the Federal High Court yesterday. The refusal to honor the High Court was conveyed to Justice Nyako by the Federal Government Counsel, Mohammed Abubakar. He informed the court that all entreaties made to persuade Kanu to have a change of heart were rebuffed. The Federal High Court sitting in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital, has nullified the All Progressives Congress governorship primary conducted on May 26, 2022 and ordered that a fresh governorship primary be held within 14 days. Delivering judgment yesterday, November 14, 2022, the presiding judge, Justice Agatha Okeke, also disqualified the governorship candidate of the party, Akanimo Udofia, from participating in the primary, saying that he was not a member of the APC in the state. The court also ordered that INEC should not recognize Udofia nor accept him as candidate according to Section 77, subsection 3 of the Electoral Act. Nigerian carrier Air Peace has suspended flights to Dubai, United Arab Emirates over the non-issuance of visas to Nigerians. The UAE carrier Emirates Airlines had earlier suspended its flights, citing the inability to repatriate ticket funds in addition to the reduced passengers on the route. Nigeria's indigenous carrier Air Peace, however, said it would be suspending operations with effect from Tuesday, November 22, 2022, till further notice. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State says his administration will continue to support the National Youth Service Corps, the NYSC, to remain relevant on the assignment as well as being useful in fulfilling the objectives of the scheme. The governor stated this when the chairman governing board of the NYSC, Fatima Bala Abubakar, led members to pay him a courtesy visit at Lagos House Marina. The governor described the National Youth Service Corps as an important arm of the government, especially as the scheme has continued to contribute its quota positively during electioneering period and promoting unity in diversity. Earlier, the governor declared that Lagos State government is committed to strengthening collaboration with the French government on agro-allied and other bilateral relations. He spoke when he received the Senate Committee members on Foreign Affairs, Defense and Armed Forces of the Senate of the French Republic, led by French Ambassador to Nigeria, Emmanuel Blattman, on a courtesy call at the Lagos House in Marina.
The security and the things the ambassador said, your visit to the Navy in our country and all of those collaboration to help stabilize our country. Thank you very much. And to say that indeed, irrespective of whatever they say, some part of the country are extremely very safe. We know where the issues of security are in the country and they're doing their best to resolve it.
You're still listening to the World News. Moving on to the foreign scene, Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo on Monday fired his junior finance minister Charles Adu Bohen over corruption allegations made in an upcoming documentary on illegal gold mining. The documentary Galamsey Economy was made by Anas Arimeyo Anas, whose previous films led to a ban on the former Ghana FA president by FIFA and sanctioning of over 50 referees across Africa. Anas has also investigated the country's judiciary, leading to the dismissal of over 30 superior and lower court judges in Ghana over bribes to drop cases. Teasers from the expose show Bohen in what the documentary claims are images of him trying to demand $200,000 from potential investors to give to the Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia to allow them to do business. The Vice President has, however, denied knowledge or complicity in any shady deal. There are growing calls in South Africa for pit bull dogs to be banned as domestic pets. It comes after an 8-year-old child was reportedly mauled to death last Saturday by a pit bull. South Africa has one of the highest incidents of deaths related to dog attacks in the world relative to its population, according to reports. In October, a 10-year-old boy was mauled to death by 2 pit bulls owned by the family. More than 50,000 people have signed an online petition to ban pit bulls as domestic pets in South Africa. And now to business news. The Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, says the country is currently finalizing Nigeria Agenda 2050 to succeed Vision 2020, which lapsed 2 years ago. Ahmed said this on Monday in Abuja at the 28th Nigerian Economic Summit (NES). According to the minister, the government has earlier formulated the National Development Plan (NDP) 2021 to 2025 to succeed the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan 2017 to 2020, and resources were being mobilized with less emphasis on oil revenues. She added that financing of the NDP 2021 to 2025 would rely heavily on domestic resource mobilization from non-oil revenue sources through the results of the Strategic Revenue Growth Initiative and Finance Acts. As the Nigerian Economic Group opens its 28th summit in Abuja on Monday, chairman of the group, Mr. Aswe Ighodalo, has stepped down. Ighodalo, who said that his decision was in keeping with long tradition of the group, also announced erstwhile first vice chairman, Mr. Niyi Yusuf, as the new chairman, to be assisted by Mr. Osage Okumbo as first vice chairman, Mr. Boyo Kunsoye as second vice chairman, and Hajiya Amina Maina as third vice chairman. He called for effective steps to address all areas of waste, leakage, theft and graft, adding that gas flaring must stop. Finally, to sport news, Nigeria's athletics sensation Tobi Amusan has made it into the final list of 5 for the 2022 World Athletics Awards in the women's category. The names of the 5 finalists for Women's World Athlete of the Year was confirmed by the World Athletics yesterday. The 5 athletes, who represent 5 countries from 3 areas associations, have achieved sensational performances across a range of athletics disciplines in 2022 at the World Athletics Championships Oregon 2022, World Athletics Indoor Championships Belgrade 22, one-day meeting circuits, and other events around the world. Manchester United will have legal advice before they decide how to respond to Cristiano Ronaldo's bombshell interview. Ronaldo's interview with Talk TV, published by The Sun on Sunday evening, saw the 37-year-old criticize the club and manager, Erik ten Hag, who the player says he has no respect for. The forward said he feels betrayed by Manchester United for trying to force him out of the club, with Ronaldo claiming United have made zero progress since Sir Alex Ferguson retired in 2013. He also says the club's owners, the Glazer family, don't care about the club on the sporting side. The club only found out about the interview as they were preparing to fly back from London on Sunday, following their 2-1 win over Fulham. Senior figures at the club are holding talks about how to deal with the player.
Lagos Talks
91.3